welcome to Poole.
Cheers, thanks.
It's a delight to have you, and your enthusiasm already is coming across very, very strongly. You came down, made a video to announce the impending joining. That was a sensational video, I've got to say, and all credit to you for making the journey and taking the time out to do it.
Oh no, pleased to be here. It's nice. It's never been down this part of the country very often, certainly as a home rider now, so yeah, just trying to take it all in, and as you touched on the video, that was fun. You know, got to go on a boat, so it was good. Just yeah, having some fun. It was good.
David Adams is a great guy to know.
He is.
You finished 2009 against the Pirates, and now it's going to be strange to join the Pirates and be part of a winning team, everyone.
Yeah, definitely hope so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a good buzz about the team already, and yeah, you know, it's just a bit of a waiting game now, but it's coming on nicely, and things are falling into place, and certainly can't wait to March.
You touched on that there's a buzz about the place. Riders often say there's an aura about Poole, and that they're enthusiastic to come here. And you've actually touched on the fact that you've often said that you'd wanted to come to Poole.
Yeah, I think every rider wants to come to Poole. That's the thing. But yeah, you can see why. It's a very good club with a lot of history. And as I said earlier in another interview, it comes with a bit of pressure, but it's a good pressure, and it's nice to be with a team who wants to win and is not in leagues to make up the numbers. You know, they're always out with a winning team and giving you the best chance.
Having been here as an opponent, and you know the reaction of the crowd and how they warm to their own riders and the support they give, that's pleasing, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, if the crowd's on your side, it makes a big difference. You know, home or away, it doesn't matter. And as you said, then Poole's always got a great following, and I'm certainly going to be looking forward to it.
Now, you said you've liked the track in the past, and you said that during the course of last year it got better. So that's, again, it's very much on the plus side.
Yeah, definitely. The first time I came, I think I crashed 3 times on my own, and that really don't often happen. Certainly not 3 times anyway. So, but yeah, we were here plenty, and it got better every time. So it was quite enjoyable towards the end, as Poole normally is. And yeah, it's always a good racetrack. You can always pass if you're brave enough to go around the outside, and I am, so I like that sort of racing, and yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Well, the other Danny's coming up to talk to us in a minute, and we'll talk about the track with him. But for you to be made captain as well, big privilege, and part of a club that you wanted to join, and now captain as well, doesn't get much better.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's a role I really enjoy, being captain. I've done it for quite a while now, and also probably that I'm going to be one of the oldest in the team, which is a bit sad to think of. But yeah, it's a role I enjoy, and you know, I also like being number one. I like to get out and get the boys off to a good start, and yeah, it's a great feeling coming in, winning Heat 1, and knowing that you've sort of took the pressure off the lads in Heat 2, and they can go out and have some fun and concentrate.
Quite right. Well, you came down for that announcement before Christmas. Was that an opportunity as well to meet a couple of sponsors and get your feet under the table?
It was just an opportunity to meet everyone, you know, to meet Danny properly, and just see the area, and yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I met some good people, and you know, it's never a problem. I enjoy coming down, I enjoy doing these things, and try and get my bearings around the area as well.
Nice to know. And you talked about your goal to reclaim that British Championship. Of course, British champion in 2016, and you'd dearly love to be on that top step again.
I would, yeah. I was so close last year. It was quite heartbreaking, really. You know, finished top points scorer in the meeting, and then fell short in the final. But that's Speedway. That's the way it is, and I'll certainly be giving it another go this year.
All right. Well, thanks for joining in the quiz tonight as well. Hopefully, you're getting a few answers.
I don't know.
You might be an asset. We'll find out.
I think I got my name right. That's the both ones.
What Danny doesn't know is that you've all got those puzzles, and he's seen the puzzles on there. I don't know whether David told him that last year his name was one of the names that was in the puzzle, and we had a picture of Danny Minogue and King Hussein of Jordan, I think. So there you are. There's a clue how to work them out if you haven't worked them out already. Danny, thanks ever so much, and we wish you the best of luck. Danny King, everyone, captain number 1, 2020. From one Danny to another, I'm going to invite, he's the governor right now, and I'm delighted to have him on board. And one thing I will say about this young man is, isn't it nice that he's used these evenings as a vehicle to promote some of the things that the club is doing. I personally, I know Sam, Val, and everyone involved with the ref, thank you for that, Danny. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Ford. Should have had the walk-on music.
Yeah.
That's walk-on music, is I can't stand losing. do you subscribe to that?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Chip off the old block. Danny, it's been, I suppose you could say, as a year of work experience for you in 2019. Taking the big step up again this year, what have you learned from 2019?
It's not all glamorous. It's a lot of hard work, but yeah, I felt like that first year, getting my feet under the table was really good and really useful. So now I feel like ready to take the reins and show what my changes and my vision.
It doesn't get any easier, does it? I know that commercially sponsorship gets harder every year, and I know that Dad's experience obviously still comes into the equation. I'm sure he's still in the background very much. I'm not sure if he's helping or we'll find out. How is his influence?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I'm still learning. He's got 20 years experience. I've got 1, so he knows a hell of a lot more than me at the minute. So yeah, I'm still having to bother him at every chance I get and asking him questions, asking for his advice. But I'm getting there, and I'm really keen to learn if I can. And yeah, hopefully this year I can start to put some of that into practice.
We can certainly feel you putting your mark on the place, and already there's things afoot which are going to come to fruition. From the end of this month, you'll be full-time at Poole Speedway.
Yeah, exactly. So at the moment I've been working full-time while trying to do my Speedway stuff in the evenings and at the weekends, and it's just become a little bit of a challenge now with my dad taking a bit more of a back step. The time's come for me to take the reins even further now. So yeah, it hopefully allow me to really focus on this, and it's what I'm passionate about. So it seemed like the best fit with him taking a step back for me to come to the front.
Matt obviously has had a great record about team selection, and that's very much in the news at the moment. Still got 2 places to fulfil. Got great top 5 there, and I'm not quite sure where we are with the next 2. I think people here tonight are hoping that you're going to announce a rider. So fill us on where we are.
So yeah, obviously, we still got 2 places to fill. We were waiting to the Aussie Championship, see who came out of that, see if there's any nice surprises. Sorry to say there won't be a team announcement tonight, but we hope to have the final couple tied up in the next couple of weeks, and as soon as we do, yeah, I'm sure none of you will be disappointed.
All right, well, if we can't talk about the team, one thing we can talk about is the team manager. So where are we in terms of team management?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to say that Neil Middleditch is back in the team. Yeah, so obviously everyone knows that with the step down that the travel commitments are absolutely huge. So it was always going to be a slight concern that Midlow might not be able to do them, but it's absolutely fantastic that he's agreed to be back on board. Do you want me to say the second bit now? And due to the travel commitments, we're actually going to have a second team manager who will be doing the probably the northern fixtures, and that will be Gary Havelock.
Best news, I think. I mean, what a natural fit. I mean, Midlow and Hague together, that's got to be gold dust.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure how often you actually see them together, but yeah, having being able to have Hague in the team and step in where Midlow can't commit is absolutely fantastic, and I can't think of anyone better. Obviously, ex-Pirates legend, former world champion, and has had great experience being a manager himself. So, couldn't ask for anyone better, to be honest.
I've got one final, I should have asked this first before we came to the announcement, but I've got one final thing, because I know these guys are going to press me to ask you, track work, what's happening around the track?
Yeah, we as Danny said a minute ago, the track was better towards the end of the season. We're planning to do what we did at the end of, towards the middle of last season, at the start of this season, to make sure the track hits the ground running and gives the guys a decent working racing surface, and yeah, hopefully it carries on in the same vein as it did towards the end of last season.
Fantastic. Well, that's one bit of news. I think we'll come back to the second bit of news in a few moments, but I would like to have a word with the man himself. So, Neil Middleditch. Hello. Fantastic to know, and we've been sweating on this one. I don't know how you've been coping with it, and I'm sure a lot of hard decision making, but having Hague by your side, what a great start to 2020.
Yeah, it's been a difficult decision. Obviously, people know that I'm looking after my dad at the moment, which is really tough for me. And the fact that a lot of the northern clubs are sort of weekend clubs, and my business runs the weekend, and to leave to go up north and leave my dad on his own is tough. Like tonight, I've been out for a couple of beers, as you can tell.
It's always good to get Midlow when he's had a beer.
And my dad's fallen over, so I have to go and pick him up. So I can't really commit to it. And as much as you know, I love the club, and I couldn't say to Matt, I can commit 100%, but I will. Home meetings, the southern fixtures I do, and I spoke to Javi a few weeks ago, and he is so pumped about being my co-team manager, if you like. I'm not saying that. Hopefully, if we get the finals, I will be going to Edinburgh. But right now, I can't commit to that with my dad because it's really tough.
It's understood, and you know that I share that issue with my parents as well. So we understand one another. I'm sure everyone here has that understanding. If there was a list of people that you could choose, I think Javi would probably be right at the top.
Yeah, that's right. As I say, he phoned me. He immediately said, "I'll do the job. I'll do the job." And then he didn't want to step on my parade, but I said, "Javi, anybody I could have to be my co-team manager, it would be you."
Fantastic. You've ridden in the second tier, but you haven't managed in the second tier. And I think for all of us, I mean, for me, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve. I'll admit now that the championship isn't something that I put a great deal of effort into because I concentrated on the Premiership. How about you? I mean, there's new names and new faces and new tracks.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right because we all get the Speedway Star, and I always tend to look at my league. But no, I think there's some great riders. I mean, obviously Danny King and the boys who who race in that league, Adam Ellis. The racing is fantastic, and I think, I'm sure there's people who are disappointed that we've dropped down, and I think drop down is probably not the right word. I think Matt is the promoter. It's a business decision. People who are businessmen. If something's not working in a business, you have to change it. And I think that Matt has done that, and I will stand by Matt. I've always said that from day one. I've been a manager for 20 odd years. And I will always stand by Matt's decision. And his decision this year is to run in the league that we're in, and I'll back him in. Hopefully next year, and he actually said to me the other night, okay, we'll be in this league this year, but next year maybe we can go back up again. So we'll see what happens. And I would dearly like to go back up, but this year, the league we're in, I'll do the best.
Fantastic, and what a guy to have on board. He's here, and he's back on board with us, Neil Middleditch, everyone. Javi, welcome, and let's have that, and the room can hear me as well. Javi, welcome. We've just announced, and it got the biggest cheer of the night, to say that you'll be here, and you'll be Midlow's partner, as it were. Tell us, how long ago did this get into the melting pot, and how hard was it to decide?
Through a few things, and took me about half a second to decide. In fact, I think I said yes before I even told him what it was that he wanted me to do.
Earlier on, we were talking, Javi, you said that Poole means more to you than the club that you used to belong to 2 miles down the road.
Yeah, it probably does, yeah. I've probably spent longer up this neck of the woods, but the time I spent in Poole was a really special time in my life that I'll never forget. And obviously my first full season was obviously Matt's first full season as well. So we go back that far, and like I said, it was an easy decision. And when Matt put the proposition to me, it was still up in the air. It was out and new, and she called me and I said, look, mate, I would never be after your jobs, but whatever you want to do, you do. Whatever's left over, like the really Glasgow and Edinburgh, ones like that. I said, I'll do whatever you want, whatever you and Matt want me to do, I'll do, and with pleasure.
I know how much it means to you, and you've also said that there'll be occasions when you'll try and make it down here just for the home meetings as well.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't think of anybody probably anywhere that I'd be a joint team manager with Neil. We've had so many adventures, so much fun, so many good times, and so many near misses, and so many victories over the years that you know, it's just fantastic. And yeah, I'll definitely be trying to get to as many home lanes as I can, and certainly, you know, if there's any riders who are on and down that way, to jump in the van with them and save myself a trip, I'll come down with it.
Fantastic to have you on board. I know how committed you are to the Pirates, and Midlo said if there was a list of people, you'd be at the top of it.
Oh, fantastic, yeah, and you know, I'm really looking forward to work with Danny as well, because I've not worked with him before. First time I met Danny, he was a little snot-nosed kid about 5 years old. So,
he's a snot-nosed big boy now.
Yeah, that's all right. I really look forward to everything. You know, I haven't been really involved in Speedway for the last couple of years, so you know, I think I'm really excited.
We're excited too. Great to have you on board. Everybody, let Javi see what it means to you. Give him a round. Dan, second bit of news.
Race suits are back this year. So, what a few other clubs have been doing in the past couple of years is offering fans the chance to sponsor a rider's race suit. So we're going to follow the same kind of scheme. So one fan can sponsor each rider's race suit, have their name printed on the rider's race suit. At the end of the season, they'll be able to keep the rider's suit, have a signed photo with their rider, and yeah, it'll be a good momentum for them.
Well, tonight's the perfect chance to get a lead on the competition, because they're going to be hotly contested, I'm sure. You've got a pricing structure in place for heat leaders, second strings and reserves. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously everyone's going to want the heat leaders, so they'll come in slightly above the others. So if anyone wants to sponsor those Danny, Adam and Stevie will be £700. Like I said, you get to keep the suit at the end of the season. Second strings, so 2 and 4 will be £650, and then the reserves will be £600. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, these will probably go quite quickly. I've already had a few fans come to me who have heard about it, so I don't know how they heard about it, but they have. So if anyone wants to get involved and get one of those suits, just speak to me anytime tonight, or send an email into info@poole-speedway.com.
Perfect. All right. Guys, Danny Ford, Neil Middleditch, and for Gary Havelock, our thanks. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We've got plenty of good things to come.